the Union Jack, the flag of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Now, if you look at a map of the UK, this is what you get. But England gets you the literal same thing. And upon closer inspection, the UK is much more crazy than just England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. Today, I'm going to tell you every single part of the UK and beyond. And trust me, it gets very complicated. This is a map of the United Kingdom. If we break it down, we get England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland over here. The first two are countries. They are basically sovereign and have their own, not sovereign, but they are autonomous and they have their own prime ministers. Only the English prime minister so happens to be the exact same prime minister as the United Kingdom's prime minister. Now, after that, we have Wales, a principality, basically also a country. Then we have Northern Ireland, which actually doesn't have an official flag, which is a province, basically a country actually. All of that bundled together is the UK. But if we go even more farther, we can add Ireland and the Isle of Man. With this, we get the British Isles, basically the island chain where we find the UK in. You'll also notice that the UK has two islands, basically situates on two islands, and these two islands are the largest and second largest islands of the British Isles. The UK mainly resides on Great Britain, where most of Scotland, England, and Wales reside. Normally it's used to refer to all three of them together, exclusively excluding Northern Ireland for no reason at all. However, this is kind of inaccurate considering there are many islands around. Meanwhile, we have Ireland, which has the Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland, both occupying the island. Ireland is a fully independent country with nothing to do with the UK that doesn't involve geography and history. The Isle of Man. What is so interesting about that? Well, this is where things will get extremely complicated extremely fast. Now it's time to go all bangers. So for the Isle of Man, it's not included in the UK, yet it is not an independent country. What is it then? Well, it is one of the three crown dependencies. These are dependencies under the crown, which we will talk about later. Then we have the British Overseas Territories. I am too lazy to show them all because that is boring. But as you can see, these are the general normal templates for their flags. These are countries that aren't necessarily independent and are not necessarily part of the UK. They are under the crown because they are not able to fully situate themselves as a country. Then we have the Commonwealth realms. Now these Commonwealth realms number 15, and the UK is one of them. Now of course there's the realm of New Zealand, which isn't actually New Zealand, it's New Zealand plus the administrative autonomous associated states of the Cook Islands and Niue, which are basically independent but don't consider themselves independent and are not part of the UN, because doing that apparently would make the New Zealanders not allow them New Zealand citizenship, which is apparently very important to them, but we will not talk about that furthermore. Anyway, what is this all under? Why, it's all under the crown. All of these are realms in these countries, along with the crown dependencies and the overseas territories, are all under the single crown. What is the crown, you may ask? Well, according to legend, it's an association supposedly created by God himself. Now, God made an entire family tree, and that family, which is currently the Windsor family, formerly the I can't even pronounce it, Saxe-Coburg house, rules. You may remember this because they used to be related to the German Kaiser and the Russian Emperor, both of which family trees are no longer able to rule anything. Notably, the last one, no relatives anymore. Anyway, you may think the crown is the highest you can go. After all, it was appointed by God. However, there is one more part of the UK that is higher than everything you've just seen, and that is the Commonwealth of Nations. This includes everything in the UK structure, excluding Ireland, of course, the Commonwealth realms as well, and then several other nations, all of which shown here. Most of these nations used to formerly be Commonwealth realms, and now are either Westminster republics or presidential republics. This is an economic association with the crown, but it is not controlled by the crown. What I mean is, none of the countries here are under the jurisdiction of the crown. Anyway, that is the United Kingdom. To summarize, the UK is a collection of 4 nations, 2 countries, 1 principality, and 1 province. England shares the same government as the United Kingdom with no differences. Now, the United Kingdom is part of the British Isles. Another area that is part of the British Isles is the Isles of Man, which is one of the 3 crown dependencies, the other being Guernsey and Jersey. Then, the UK itself is one of the 15 Commonwealth realms, which are governed by the crown. The crown also governs the overseas territories, which are areas that cannot currently be controlled by themselves. Then the crown is in an economic partnership with the Commonwealth, an amazing and outstanding and extremely frightening large economic association with a ton of countries, and that is the United Kingdom. But the UK isn't the only place with complicated subdivisions or above divisions, I don't know. There are actually many other countries with confusing stuff, like the USA, for example. So if this video gets enough views, I will make a video about the USA that is similar. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.